Whenever we heard cartoon show, we automatically thought it was for kids. Millennials and Gen Z on the internet are nostalgic about their childhood cartoon shows and share them over the internet. But gone are those days when animated shows were only targeted at kids. In the past few years, or since 2 decades, a new category of animated shows, especially created for adults, have been released and become hits. The adult animated shows talk about normal adult lives across genres. There might be some offensive NSFW jokes or themes on mental health and existential crisis that may not be suitable for kids, hence making them adult rated. We will be exploring the best 15 adult animated TV shows in this video. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
Live in the house behind yours. We wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood. Awesome.
Family Guy. Family Guy is one of the longest running adult animated shows, which started airing in 1999 and is currently on its 22nd season. This animated sitcom revolves around the Griffin family, consisting of father, Peter, mother, Lois, daughter, Meg, teenage son, Chris, toddler son, Stewie, and a pet dog, Brian. The episodes follow this dysfunctional family's bizarre adventures, showing Stewie as an evil mastermind who can speak and think like an adult, with Brian as his sidekick, who, by the way, can also speak with Stewie. Meg is bullied and often ignored by her family. Chris, as an unintelligent boy, mostly behaves like a small kid, and Peter and Lois have their misadventures amongst themselves or with their neighbors while taking care of their family. Family Guy was nominated for Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Comedy Series in 2009, only the second animated show to achieve this honor after the Flintstones in 1961. But this didn't stop all the criticism that came towards the show because of its storylines showcasing homophobia, racism, and sexism. In 2013, the show was ranked as the 9th greatest TV cartoon by TV Guide. It was cancelled after the 3rd season, but after high DVD sales and positive ratings, it was revived the following year and is still ongoing.
Yeah, I hope he makes a Salisbury steak with buttered noodles. You guys!
South Park. South Park, which started airing in 1997 on Comedy Central, is one of the longest running animated sitcoms with 26 seasons. The latest season aired in 2023 on TV. Specials have been streaming on Paramount Plus, having been developed from 2 short films, both called The Spirit of Christmas, released in 1992 and 1995. This show revolves around 4 boys: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflovsky, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick. They live in a fictional town called South Park and are the students of the elementary school. Even though the main characters of this series are school kids, the show is famous for its dark humor, profanity, and satirical jokes that are based on many themes from the happenings of our world. South Park has received 5 Primetime Emmy Awards and a Peabody Award. A theatrical film that was released received an Academy Award nomination, hence ranking this show as the 10th greatest TV cartoon of all time by TV Guide in 2013. Castlevania, 2017 to 2021. Castlevania, an adult animated action series, is based on the Japanese video game series of the same name. Aired for 4 seasons, this series follows the story of a vampire called Vlad Dracula Tepesh, whose wife was falsely accused of witchcraft and was burned at the stake. To avenge her death, Dracula decided that all the people of Wallachia, a town in Romania, would pay for their lives. To do so, he summoned an army made up of demons, and they slaughtered the people of Wallachia, leaving the survivors shivering and quaking in fear. Trevor Belmont, who is the last member of a legendary monster hunting family, decides to fight Dracula and his army of demons. He is aided by magician Sypha Belnadis and Dracula's half-human son Alucard. This anime series did not disappoint the fans of the original video game and also garnered new fans of the series from all across the world. Due to the gore, violence, and horror-centric theme, it has gained adult certification. Bojack Horsemen, 2014 to 2020. Bojack Horseman, as the name suggests, is a human-like horse who spends his time self-loathing and consuming alcohol. 18 years ago, he used to be a star of a 90s sitcom which was suddenly cancelled. After years of consuming himself in self-destructive habits, he decides to make a comeback. To do so, he seeks the help of his feline agent and a human friend. Hollywood is very different from what it was when he was in his prime. The story follows Bojack trying to regain his dignity, along with a lot of adult themes in the show, such as alcoholism, sex, drugs, depression, politics, and so on. This show is one of the best shows on Netflix and among the best adult animated shows. With an IMDb rating of 8.8 and 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, Bojack Horsemen has a separate cult following among adults due to its several themes that are profound and relatable for most. Cowboy Bebop, 1998 to 1999. Cowboy Bebop is a Japanese science fiction anime series that aired in 1998 in Japan. It is a neo-noir space western series and it ran for 26 episodes. It revolves around a traveling bounty hunting crew. The crew is aboard a spaceship called Bebop. The themes that are followed throughout the series are loneliness, not being able to escape from the past, and existential boredom. These themes always resonate with the adults and make it suited for them as viewers. The story is set in 2071. After a space accident, Earth became inhabitable, which made human beings colonize other planets and their moons. With the increasing crime rate, intersolar system police set up a law and registered bounty hunters to chase criminals across the solar system. And that's how it all began. In 2001, the English dub version of Cowboy Bebop was aired in the USA on Adult Swim and became the first anime to do so. The series became one of the best anime series in Japan and other countries, especially the USA. Its English dub version is also considered one of the best of that time.
Hear you.
The Simpsons. The Simpsons is an animated sitcom featuring the Simpson family: Father Homer, Mother Marge, daughter Lisa, son Bart, and a toddler daughter Maggie. The series is a satire based on the American life depicted by this family along with their neighbors, who are played by the recurring characters. The series revolves around society, Western culture, human emotions, and concepts such as life, death, and everything in between. There have been several conspiracy theories of The Simpsons predicting the future where they have shown some serious themes related to politics, humanity, and pop culture in their episodes way before they happen in the real world. The Simpsons started airing in 1989 and has earned the titles of the longest-running American sitcom, longest-running American animated series, and the longest-running American scripted primetime television series, having a run of 35 seasons and also renewed for the 36th season. A theatrical film called The Simpsons was also released in 2007. The show has earned a Hollywood Walk of Fame, 35 Primetime Emmy Awards, 34 Annie Awards, and 2 Peabody Awards, along with several other accolades. Love, Death, and Robots Netflix series. Love, Death, and Robots is an adult animated anthology series that streams on Netflix. This show features a diverse range of genres such as comedy, science fiction, fantasy, and horror, each episode connecting with themes from the title. This show is reimagined from the 1981 film Heavy Metal. So long, 3 seasons have come out of the show, and it has won several awards, including the Primetime Creative Arts Emmy Award. It has been renewed for a 4th season too. Every episode features a different story in the form of a short film. There is no connection between any episodes, cast and crew being different for each of them. However, an exception was made when in season 3 there was a sequel to an episode from season 1. Rick and Morty. An animated science fiction sitcom, Rick and Morty follows the misadventures of Rick Sanchez and his grandson Morty Smith. Rick is a mad scientist who goes on some bizarre journeys across the dimensions, planets, and into infinite realities through different portals, and takes his fretful grandson Morty along with him. The show talks about the themes revolving around family, the end of the world, and scientific theories. The duo goes on several adventures together where they are faced with bizarre situations. In the first season itself, they destroyed the whole world and had to move to a different dimension. Rick and Morty has been airing for 7 seasons and is still ongoing on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim. It was nominated for 3 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Animated Program and won it twice. It has also bagged 2 Annie Awards. The age group that has been amongst the top viewers of the show is 18 to 24 years.
It's 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, you idiot! It looks...
The Boys presents Diabolical, 2022. An adult animated superhero anthology series, The Boys presents Diabolical is a spin-off of the live-action series The Boys. It is available on Amazon Prime Video. The Boys is also based on a comic book series of the same name. Currently, there is 1 season with 8 episodes. Each episode is different with a standalone story of different superheroes with a different animation style. The genres are comedy and drama due to the extreme violence, dark comedy, blood, gore, death, and horror that follow, this series is not suited for kids to watch. This animated series has garnered as many fans as its live-action version with its unique animation styles in each episode. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, 2000 to 2007. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, an adult animated sitcom, aired on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim. It is the first adult animated series produced by Cartoon Network and aired from 2000 to 2018. The series revolves around a law firm called Seven and Seven, where the employees are superheroes and characters from other Hanna-Barbera cartoons from the 1960s and 1970s. Harvey Birdman, a former superhero, is the protagonist and is a character from the show Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. He is now working as an attorney. Harvey faced many of his old nemesis at work, usually on the other side of the case that he was working on. This series featured a lot of parodies from the shows where the different characters were from. The characters, especially Harvey, are faced with bizarre situations at work that are comical at the same time. Due to the usage of drugs, alcohol, profanity, sex, violence, and gore, this show is adult-rated and hence not targeted towards the kids. Space Ghost Coast to Coast, 1994 to 2001. Space Ghost Coast to Coast is a comedy late-night talk show aired on Cartoon Network. It is a reimagined version of a Hanna-Barbera cartoon character called Space Ghost from the 1960s. While the original series was a superhero cartoon that aired on Saturday mornings, Space Ghost Coast to Coast was made for only teens and adults as a spoof talk show. It ran for 11 seasons. The earlier seasons were parodies of the talk shows on television, whereas the later seasons focused more on surrealism and absurd humor. Space Ghost is the host of the show where he interviews live-action stars. He believes the guests to be his fellow superheroes. Cartoon Planet, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Brak Show, Perfect Hair Forever, Toonami, and Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law are the spin-off series that were based on this show. Archer, 2009 to 2023. Archer, an adult animated sitcom, started airing in 2009, with its final season being aired in 2023. It ran for 14 seasons. The show's title comes from its protagonist, Sterling Archer, who is a secret agent. The show revolves around the International Secret Intelligence Service, ISIS, a fictional New York-based intelligence agency, the 8 secret agents who are exploited, and the support staff. The show's events heavily reference real-time history despite the comical timeline. Each season focuses on different mythology of events and the group's exploits. Archer has featured themes of dark comedy, heavy drinking among the agents, office politics, and casual sex, which makes it not suitable for kids but can resonate with adults. The show is critically acclaimed and has won several awards, including 4 Primetime Emmy Awards and 4 Critics' Choice Awards, along with receiving 15 Annie Awards nominations. Metalocalypse, 2006 to 2013. Metalocalypse is a musical adult animated series that aired for 4 seasons on Adult Swim. The story revolves around a melodic death metal band called Death Clock, whom the creator Brendan Small described as 1,000 times more dangerous and 1,000,000,000 times more stupid version of the Beatles. The show features macabre and dark content such as death, violence, hyperbolic black comedy, and the disadvantages of fame. It is considered as both an homage to and a parody of the heavy metal culture. The members of Death Clock are dangerous and cause a nuisance wherever they have to travel and perform, but all this never stops their fans from showing their dedication towards them, nor does it hinder their popularity. The members are Squizgar Squigelf, William Murderface, Pickles, Nathan Explosion, and Toki Wartooth, along with the manager Charles Foster Oftenson. The show was cancelled in 2013, and in 2023, Metalocalypse, Army of the Doomstar the film, was released on digital and Blu-ray. Futurama, an animated science fiction sitcom, Futurama aired for 4 seasons on Fox. The other 3 seasons on Comedy Central, and 8th season onwards will be airing on Hulu. The series revolves around the adventures of Philip J. Fry, who was revived in the year 2999 after having been preserved cryogenically for 1,000 years. He started working at Planet Express, an interplanetary delivery company, along with Bender, a robot, and Leela, a mutant. The series is a workplace sitcom following the Planet Express employees. Normal workplace scenarios such as smoking, drinking, foul language, mild violence, and sexual references can be seen in the show, making it adult-rated. The series won 9 out of 17 Annie Awards and 6 out of 12 Emmy Awards that it was nominated for. It was also nominated for the Writers Guild of America 4 times, along with several other awards and accolades. In 2013, it was ranked as one of the top 60 greatest TV cartoons of all time by TV Guide. Big Mouth, 2017 to 2024. An adult animated coming-of-age sitcom, Big Mouth follows a group of teenagers from middle school. Till now, 7 seasons have been released on Netflix. The show is centered around puberty and the struggles that come with it, such as changes in the human body, sexual arousal, masturbation, and so on. Maurice and Connie are the names of 2 hormonal monsters that sit on the shoulders of the students. The kids also talk to the objects who offer them advice that goes from being helpful to confusing. The show also portrays human emotions in the form of supernatural creatures. Big Mouth follows the stories of these kids as they navigate their puberty through changes in themselves, physically and emotionally. A spin-off series of this show called Human Resources also came out and ran for 2 seasons from 2022 to 2023. Marvelous Verdict. Animated shows form a huge part of our lives as kids, and when animated shows enter the world of adulthood with us, dealing with the same problems, they make us feel seen and heard, bringing out our fantasies and keeping us entertained. Having explored various themes across genres and winning several prestigious awards throughout the years, the adult animated series have made their mark on television and now streaming platforms. And if you like their content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.